Samsung just released another pair of earbuds. These are the Galaxy Buds 2, and today we will compare them not only to the AirPods Pro, but also the amazing Beats Studio Buds and see which one of these is worth the money. Not only are we gonna compare the design and comfort, we're gonna take a look at the sound quality, active noise cancellation, the microphones, and much more. I've owned every pair of Samsung earbuds and they do a great job, but it looks like this time they are really getting serious. We have active noise cancellation at 150 bucks. Let's go ahead and pull out this little case. All right, that looks nice and clean. Same size as they've been using. Look at that two-tone. That looks really nice. I love the color options. And in general, the case is nice and small. Now it is thicker than the AirPods Max case and a little bit taller, but definitely a lot smaller than the Beats. As far as battery life, the AirPods have the least for the bud themselves. 4.5 hours with active noise cancellation compared to 5 on both of these. And inside the case, it flips. They have the most, 24 hours plus compared to 20 hours with the Beats 2 and only 15 with the Beats Studio Buds. And with that, the Beats are also the only ones that don't have wireless charging built into the case in addition to USB Type-C or Lightning. And with that, the design of the earbuds are also very different. We have stems with AirPods Pro, this bulbous design with the Buds 2, and this very unique minimalist design with the Beats Studio Buds that I really like. Let's go ahead and pop these in. We'll talk about comfort. These are definitely really round. And that's interesting. This is actually very soft. I think they've changed it. Putting them into my ear, all right, I mean, I can instantly tell. The round design is literally hugging my ear all around the outside. I definitely feel them a lot more than when I put in my AirPods Pro. These don't sit as tight in there. And of course, we have that little valve that releases the pressure. It doesn't make it feel like your ears are plugged. So as far as comfort, these are excellent, probably the best. And these Beats are also super nice. I'm not feeling them as much. I have a lot of experience with these around my ears, and they are also the lightest. So these are second place. The controls are also different across the board. The Studio Buds, you actually have to press a physical button, which I do not love because it kind of pushes them into your ear more. The Buds 2, they are a touch surface. So you can literally just tap on there and it picks it up and actually does a pretty good job. Samsung has gotten really good at this. And then of course, with the AirPods Pro, you have the stem. And this is my favorite option. You're not forcing anything. You have a little click when you're actually pressing down. They work great. And now let's get into a very important part, and that is active noise cancellation. I wanna know how good are the Buds 2 at 150 bucks. Of course, the AirPods Pro, let's toggle it into that. They do a great job. Wow. Let me go ahead and go to the Buds, the Beats Studio Buds. These are also very good. I think for this room, it actually is even better just because it seals so much more in. Bam. Excellent. I feel like I hear a little bit more of the higher noise through the air vent, but a little bit less of the lower kind of deeper rumble. And it definitely plugs up my voice more so. And the moment of truth, let's pull open these buds right here. See, how good can Samsung do for 150 bucks? Let's toggle it. All right. Interesting. But go ahead and say something.
Hey man, can you hear me?
I hear you. So I hear more. It's almost like a mix of both of these. Let me go back and forth a couple times before I give you guys my verdict. All right, guys, so I went back and forth through these a couple times before I gave you guys my verdict, and pretty much these are in third place. You hear more of the high frequency sounds, more of the low frequency sounds, and I guess that kind of makes sense because Samsung also has their higher end Galaxy Buds Pro, so they're probably tuning these down. Now, if you have not had active noise cancellation, if you have older Galaxy Buds, these are definitely gonna do a good job. You will be happy with them. But if you want the best active noise cancellation, either one of these two options are better. And now, what about transparency mode? We know that the AirPod Pros are the best in the market. Let me switch here. You pretty much hear what you normally would hear without it. Vadim, go ahead and say something.
Hey man.
You sound fantastic, Vadim. You sound excellent. These are good. Let's try out the Beats Studio Buds here. All right, go ahead and say something.
How are those, man? How do those sound?
You actually sound not too bad. I sound pretty dang terrible. I know there's been a firmware update, but as far as the room sound, it sounds unnatural, kind of filtered, not super digital. My voice sounds digital, but it feels like it's halfway plugged. The microphones on these, well, you guys will hear them in just a little bit. And let's go ahead and try out these guys right here. All right. Huh, that is weird. My voice is amplified more, so I'm gonna go through the settings. That vent is way too loud. Wait, say that again?
Did Samsung kill it?
You said uh-huh?
Yes.
You sound like an echo machine, dude.
Do I?
Yes.
Really?
That's weird. Hey, do that whistling again. You just whistle. Try that again. Dude, it's all staticky. Do it again. Okay.
Really? Is it bad?
It's bad. Now that really has me thinking, how are the microphones gonna be on these things? We will see in a sec, but first I wanna do a sound quality comparison. I'm gonna listen to 3 songs. You guys can listen with us and see my reaction, my first reaction to the sound quality of these. Okay, guys. Interesting. These are good. These are, I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. It's basically like if you took the AirPods Pro and the Beats and you combined them. You have the nice bass from the Beats, not as strong, but close, and the nice high frequencies, those detailed sharps from the AirPods Pro, and combined them and gave something that's pretty much right in the middle. That sounded fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The volume was good. In the past, it was a little bit too quiet with the Samsung Buds. Nice, okay, that was good. It sounded great in all 3. The bass on here, if you love bass, you're not gonna be disappointed. But let's go ahead and move over to the next track, the classical modern instrumental. Okay. Wow, okay, I'm even more impressed. The highs here were nice. The beats for this song, there's just not enough high end there. I wish we could just EQ them, you know, if they had an app that you can change that. These, I wouldn't change at all. Those sounded fantastic. We had the bass that the Beats, the Studio Buds do a little bit less, but the perfect amount. Those were a little too bass heavy. The highs were nice and crisp, like the hi-hat, maybe a little bit too crisp, but when we had all that at the end blending together, there was no distortion. I was waiting for that. No distortion, that little sweep sounded super clean. These sound fantastic. Samsung, you guys are doing a great job. And now for the last song, the most difficult one, tons of instruments, tons of sounds. We got this rock track. Let's take a listen. All right, that was very interesting. Gosh, I was just a little disappointed after that song. In the first 2 songs, these guys did fantastic, but for rock, I don't know. The bass was there. It was a lot more rich than the AirPods. The AirPods do not have enough bass for rock tracks if you want to hear the bass guitar and the drums really kicking you. The vocals were very audible, maybe a little bit too much, and instruments just sounded like they're blending together from the keyboard to the guitar to the vocals. You didn't have as much separation. Now, the Galaxy Buds killed it in this test. That bass is there. I'd like a little bit more highs, but you do have good separation, and it just sounds great for rock music. So overall, if you listen to rock, I would go for these. Amazing. I've used these so much. These they're okay, not great, a little bit underwhelming for rock music. And the AirPod Pros, no distortion, they sound good, they just need some more bass. So other than rock, the other songs we listen to, having more classical where you don't have as much instruments, electronic, a wide variety of songs, they do good. But if you have something that's very difficult with a lot of different kind of sounds blended together, that's when they start to fall apart. And now for the last test, a very important one, microphone quality. We know that the AirPods Pro sound fantastic. The Beats Studio Buds sound like garbage, but where are the Galaxy Buds 2 going to fit into that space? Let's go ahead and take a listen. This is a microphone quality test using Apple's AirPods Pro in a room that has an average amount of noise. And this is the microphone quality of Apple's Beats Studio Buds in a room that has an average amount of noise. And this is the microphone quality of Samsung's new Galaxy Buds 2 in a room that has an average amount of noise. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. We just transferred the audio files and took a listen for ourselves, and wow, there could not be a greater difference between the Buds 2 and the Beats Studio Buds. These Studio Buds sound terrible. There are no high end at all, mostly bass, a lot of rumble and noise, whereas the Samsung Buds 2, they denoise all of the low end. There's very little low end sound, a lot of highs, but the highs are very crisp, very easy to understand. You will not have any issues with people hearing you when you're talking into them when you're using these Buds 2. And that makes sense why the transparency mode or the ambient mode, why the highs were just standing out so much, is because of the microphones. But it is worth it for call quality. These are gonna be great. Whereas with the Beats Studio Buds, after about 5 times of people telling me they couldn't hear me at all, I just decided every time I'm getting a call, I'm pulling these out and switching to my phone, and that is annoying. Of course, AirPod Pros, no issues. These things kill it. They have good bass and good highs. So if you're gonna do web conferencing, FaceTiming, whatever, you wanna sound good recording audio, these things absolutely destroy. So there you guys have it. What is the overall verdict? Well, the AirPods, they're good overall. They do have some downfalls, but they are more expensive, $100 more MSRP, at least $50 more if you're looking on the market for the best prices. We have those linked down below, but they're almost 2 years old, pretty much 2 years old. The speakers, the sound quality could be better. Between these two, if you're listening to bass or rock, and the thing you care about most is just sound quality, these are good. Comfort are also good, but no wireless charging, worse battery life, microphones suck. There's a lot of limitations, whereas these new Samsung Buds 2, they are such a well-rounded set of earbuds. Sound quality is nice and balanced, more balanced than the Beats. And I don't know, you can't really go wrong. You have the wireless charging. They do a good job. The microphones are great. So I will actually be using these and testing them out just like I usually do. We'll see what happens as far as long-term comfort in the full review. But other than that, overall, I am impressed with Samsung. They're putting these out pretty much every 6 months compared to years and years for Apple, but they are getting it right. So thank you guys for watching. Click that circle above if you guys want to subscribe and see that review, and to help us reach our goal of 1 million subscribers, check out one of those great videos right over there. This has been Max, and I'll see you in the next video.